Hey traders, Jonathan with Control the Trade, back with another video on BABA, Alibaba, ticker BABA. Had to do a follow-up as today wasn't very eventful other than the fact that this number that's been on the chart was respected today. And I want to show you that real quick, how interesting this is. There wasn't really much to do with BABA today. There wasn't much for me as a trade because of the way that it moved today. You can see the volume. Look how much the volume tapered off. What we were talking about and expecting here was more follow through. I did say that we might see a slight pullback here. You do have a gap still to fill. I said we would start to make a move up towards the 20 period moving average, and finishing with this nice little green doji here, I still think that's another sign that we will. Also, coming through at the end of the day and finishing above 168.50 was really important. And I'll show you what happened there. That was actually pretty amazing because it came out of nowhere. So check this out. And I do have the after hours on because I want to show you guys that too. Here we go in the pre-market. Look at our low is 168.63. We opened up at 168.70 above the number, but then we got flushed down pretty bad. And the rest of the day, we just consolidated with low volume under the number, going down to about 166. If you're in my Discord group, I did talk about 166 being support. We got down to 166.08, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of the day, look what happens here. As soon as we hadn't closed any candles, I wanted to show one more thing here. Look at this, 168.48. We tried, failed, and then the rest of the day, nothing. And then you can see right here, the high was 168.34. Next candle, 168. The high was 168.50, but we didn't close there. Interesting. And then we closed above the line, and we're looking at a 10-minute chart here, by the way. And then boom, next one. Look at that. Okay, so then you see, then we go after hours, which is interesting. So then we had a nice close above the number and then some. Closing at 169 is pretty strong. That should help spark higher prices to come. And then after hours, check this out. The low was 168.50 right here. So it held. And the numbers aren't always going to be perfect, but I just wanted to show you when you are charting and you identify an important zone, or more importantly, an important price for a stock, it really helps the confidence in your trading. You feel like you have there's a little predictability in how you trade at that point. If you know a number is important, then you can trade around that number. And you have to figure out, is it going to be resistance? Is it going to be support? And it's definitely contextual as well. You can see here, I don't know if I mentioned this in the other videos, but how interesting is it that the market was falling apart and we gapped over that number right here. And then the market was recovering right here, right? We had that reversal candle, and what did? We gapped over the number this time to open up at 169.04. That just further solidifies that this zone, or at least this number, is definitely important to BABA, traders on BABA, algos on BABA, just the stock of BABA. That is an important number. The next one's 184.25. You can see the different lines here. They're not always going to work perfectly, but I've had some pretty good success with these. Let me show you something else real quick. Okay, one of my favorite examples of when these levels work would be back here. This really solidified that I was doing something right on the chart. On this day, not only did we open below my number, we opened at 229.90. The number is 230, so you open 10 cents below. Then it flushed all the way down the same day, down to 211.23. And my support here, or the important number, was 211.70. And got a nice bounce off that number. So again, you can see that day we did two levels in one day. So that's pretty interesting to me. So that's just another good example. How I find these levels is a different story. That's something I can touch on when you're in the Discord group. I kind of go over that. And it's also the way that I learned to chart, finding important numbers, finding breakout areas and breakdown areas. That's my follow-up on BABA. Where we go from here is probably what you're waiting for. Of course, it's completely unpredictable, but knowing your levels and knowing your numbers is important. So if we start to open up tomorrow, let's say above 170, and we start to creep up, and then we start to get back towards the high here and creep up there, you better believe this is going to fill this gap, and it's going to run to the 20. And I find it interesting that the 20 period moving average, the 20-day SMA, is right in line with my 184.25. And usually stocks will try to run up towards the 20 period moving average. It's like a magnet. So whether we have to consolidate for a little bit to get there, and price will meet the moving average, or we can spike up a little bit higher and get there. So I'm going to keep a close eye on BABA. Make sure you join my free Discord group, and you'll get you'll get live play-by-play, and you can just watch and just see what I have to say. You can ask questions about different stocks. You can talk with other traders. It's completely free. I'm just trying to practice charting and get my channel out there, grow my channel, grow my streams. So definitely just want the feedback, and I'd love to have you join. So make sure you click on the link below. And remember, don't let the trade control you.